Nào bạn Duy.
I think an accountant is not a financial manager because a financial manager only keeps or examines the record of money received, paid, and owned by a company or person. I think so.
Really?
Yes.
Thank you. Another idea? Bạn Đoàn Thu Ngân.
Dạ.
Thích của bác.
Alo ạ.
Nói đi. Vậy.
Dạ.
Answer question.
Em vẫn chưa biết trả lời.
Dạ vâng ạ.
Ờ.
I think accountants don't work as a financial manager because accountant and financial manager are two distinct roles with an organization, and they serve different functions. Accountants are responsible for recording, classifying, and summarizing financial transactions of an organization, while financial managers are responsible for planning, directing, and managing an organization's financial activities. I think so.
Yeah. Ready? Thank you. Now another. Bùi Hoàng An à?
In my opinion, a financial manager is not a accountant because it has a broader role in strategic financial planning and decision making. But I think in small organizations, some individuals may have both accounting and financial management responsibilities.
Now, as you know, in your book, they mentions two types of financial managers. They are chief financial officers, treasurer, and controller. Now, who is the treasurer? Who is the treasurer first? Then answer the question, is an accountant's financial manager later? Nào bạn Nguyễn Thị Phương Anh.
Dạ.
Nguyễn Thị Phương Anh. Không bật đấy lên. Go and be quick.
Cô có thể hỏi lại không ạ?
Thế bạn đang làm gì đấy? Bạn bật video lên tôi xem nào.
Dạ đây ạ.
Thế bạn đang làm gì mà tôi phải hỏi lại câu hỏi nào?
Bởi vì nhà bên cạnh nó đang ấy tường ấy, nó hơi ồn ấy. Em không nghe thấy cô nói gì ạ.
Who is the treasurer?
The treasurer is a senior financial manager who manager an organization financial activity and ensure adequate
Yeah,
cash flow.
thank you. And who is the controller? Trần Thị Huệ.
Is a senior financial manager who manage an organization financial
Huệ cơ mà, bạn Trần Thị Huệ cơ mà.
Dạ, em đây ạ.
Ừ. Who is the controller?
Dạ. Control is a person who controls something or the someone who is responsible for what a particular organization does an air traffic control.
Ừ. Who is the controller? Again, Huệ.
Controller is a person who controls something or the someone who is responsible for what a particular organization does an air traffic control. Cô nghe em nói không ạ?
Is that the definitions on the in your book? Đấy phải khái niệm mà tôi cung cấp ở trong sách không? Như vậy bạn không chuẩn bị bài mới trước khi học đúng không? Bạn không đọc chương 1 đúng không? Bạn Huệ.
Dạ, vâng ạ.
Bạn điểm không nhá.
Cô cho em trả lời lại ạ.
Thôi không phải trả lời lại. Chính vì các bạn không đọc bài trước khi học ấy, cho nên cái câu hỏi đơn giản là gì? Is an accountant a financial manager? Không trả lời được, mà không trả lời đúng là vì lý do đó. Là bạn Dương Trúc Quỳnh.
Dạ. Controller prepare the financial statement, manager firm internal accounting and look after its tax affair.
So the question here is an accountant prepare the financial statements? The whole class. Does the accountant have to prepare the financial statements? Yes or no?
Yes.
No. Does he or her manage the firm internal accounting? Or does they do the internal accounting? Yes or no? Yes or no? Rồi. Thế thôi, tôi sẽ pass phần này, các bạn tự hiểu. Now, what does the financial managers have? Or what does the good financial managers have? We come to the qualities of financial managers. Now, as you know, in order is the financial managers, he or she must have abilities to manage and support staff by facilitating relevant continuous professional development. Yeah, they have abilities to manage and support staff by facilitating relevant continuous professional development. Yeah, in this, they have to use a lot of activity in order to motivate their staff to devote all of his or her efforts to do their work and try best to do their work. And he or she also have abilities to establish and maintain strong working relationship with customer. And this is very important in order to increase or to boost the sale, in order to maximize the profits. He or she also have confidence at making sound investment decisions and at communication. And as you know, sometimes they have to decide the right work or the right operation activities at the right time and in right place. That's the reason why he or she must have the confidence at making sound investment decisions. And he or she also have in-depth working knowledge of the whole financial industry in order to meet any contingencies in the financial industry as well as in the financial market. And this is the qualities of the financial managers must have. And we come to the next content. It is a role of the financial manager. As you know, the roles of financial managers is to conjunct and decide how to maximize the asset values of shareholders. And they have much knowledge about different fields such as financial market, banking, accounting, taxation, economics, financial law, etc. And understand economic policies of nation to give out appropriate focus for the assessments of financial policies effectiveness to choose and to make the decision. So the financial managers often have to face three basic problems concerned with decision, investment, financing investments, and dividends investments. That's the reason why, look at this, we can see the roles of the financial manager. First, they have to raise the cash or money from investor. Yeah, this is, they must know how to mobilize the capital efficiently from investor. Then they use this capital in order invested in the firm's operation in order to make more money. Maybe in this, they the firm operation here may be the land, building, equipment, and supply, and so on, in order to help them to increase their real assets. And after that, they produce more money or more capital for the companies by the operation. And in this case, the money they get is much more than the money they invested. And the fourth decision, they have to decide whether to keep the profits to invest in the potential projects or not, or they will divide, or they return the cash to investor. And this is the roles of the financial managers. And in this case, the financial manager have to control or to fix all the problem concerned with the financial corporate finance decision. In other words, the financial manager have to conjunct and decide how to maximize the asset value of shareholder. And they have much knowledge about different fields such as financial market, banking, accounting, taxation, economics, financial law. This is the qualities of financial managers too. And they also have to understand economic policies, nation to give out appropriate focus for the assessments of financial policies effectiveness. As well as they always face to basic problem concerned with investments decision, financing decisions, and dividend decisions. And how the decisions they have to face. The first, it is a investment decision. As no investment decision is a process of planning and management of long-term investments of an organization. And financial manager have to always consider the times values of money and the risk factors, because the analysis and assessments is to select financial decisions in the future. That's the reason why in the chapter 3, we study the present value, net present value, and other investment criteria in order to make the right corporate finance decisions at the right time and in the right place. So, investment decision have to identify the investment opportunities, accounting the amount, risk, and the timing of return, as well as how much to invest fund demand. And the financing decision. The roles of financing decision is to raise the money that the firm needs for its investments and operation. So the financial decision is to raise money to pay for the investments in real assets. And financial managers uses financial reports and financial ratio, discount cash flow, methods to account for the time values of money to prevent the risk in the future. The importance of financial managers is to take responsible in managing finance in an organization, including studying, analyzing, and processing problems belonging to financing in the business. And they also have to develop plans about finance, exploiting and using financial resources in an effective way, focus the risk for his business, as well as to control the use of assets in the companies, avoid using wrongly. And the dividends decision, they have to decide whether to keep their profits or to retain profits for expansions or sao? And in this, we also have distinguishes between the two managers in the company. It is the chief accountants and the chief financial officer. And this is the difference. Both of them are the financial manager. But the chief accountant have this is responsible for monitoring the accounting system to protect the assets of the company, make reports, allocate the budgets for operating, reflecting and recording transactions to provide information about the financial resources and business performance in the periods. But the chief financial officer have the task to maximize the effectiveness of using capital in the business, give out the optimal operating plan based on the financial reports of accountant, and analyze, assess, and give advice in choosing the financial strategy in the future, and ensure the balance of financial resources in the business operating procedures in future. Both of them are financial manager, but they have a different task and different role. And in conclusion, a financial manager have to make 3 important decisions. They are investment decision, financing decision, and dividend decision. Now come to the understanding financial market and institution. And financial market. What is a financial market? Đợi cô tí nha. No, as you know, financial markets are the markets for selling and purchase of stock, share, bonds, bills of exchange, commodities, future options, and foreign currency, etc., which work as exchanges for capitals and credit. And there are a lot of features to classify the financial market based on the durations of the capital. We have a capital market and money market. Based on the issuance of the capital, we have a primary market and secondary market. And based on the ownership of the capital, we have equity market and debt market. And based on the exchange of capital, we have exchange market and over-the-counter market. And we come to them in terms. The first, the capital market. Capital market is one kind of financial market that works as a conduit for demand and supplies of debt and equity capital. It channels the money provided by saver and depository institutions to borrowers and investors through a variety of financial instruments, bond notes, and so-called securities. And the capital market is a highly decentralized system made up of three major parts: the stock market, bond market, and the money market. It also works as an exchange for trading existing claim on capital in the forms of share. And the money of the capital in this in capital market is often long term. It's 3 years or more. And money market, it also trades in highly liquid financial instruments within maturities less than 90 days to 1 year, and government securities with maturity less than 3 years, foreign exchange and bullions. And money market are largely unregulated and informal, where most transactions are conducted over phone, text, or online. The networks of banks, discount houses, institutional investor, and money dealer who borrow and lend among themselves for the short term, typical 90 days. And based on the issuance of the product, we have the primary market and secondary market. Primary market is a part of capital market that deal with the issuing the new securities on exchange for the company, governments, and other groups to obtain financing through debt-based and equity-based securities. Primary markets are facilitated by underwriting groups consisting of investment banks that set a beginning price range for a given securities and oversee its sale to investor. And secondary market is the part of the capital market that deal with the securities that are already issued in the primary market. Once the initial sale is complete, further trading is conducted on the secondary market, where the amount of exchange trading occur each day, such as the New York Stock Exchange, or in Vietnam we have Hanoi Stock Exchange, or the Ho Chi Minh Stock Exchange. In this market, we have the transfer of the ownership, and there's no effect on the economies. It means they don't raise the money supply in this market. This only transfer the ownership. And based on the exchange, based on the ownership of the product, we have equity market and debt market. An equity market is a market in which shares of company. Hình như là tôi chưa share màn hình nữa. Hmm. Những cái nào mà không có trong slide thì các bạn có thể là chụp lại màn hình nhé. As you know, for the capital market, based on the durations of the capital, we have a capital market and money market. Based on the issuance of capital, we have primary market and secondary market. And based on the ownership of the capital, we have equity market and debt market. And based on the exchange methods of capital, we have exchange market and over-the-counter market. We come to each of them in turn. Based on the durations of capital, we have a money market and capital market. And as you know, capital market that work as the conduit for demand and supplies of debt and equities capital. Each channel money provided by seven depository institutions to borrowers and investors through a variety of financial instruments, with the maturities more than 3 years. For the money market, it
Cô
is
hình như cô chưa share màn hình cô ạ.
share. Share rồi mà.
Bọn em vẫn chưa thấy ạ.
Em vẫn chưa có ai thấy cô ạ.
Giờ thấy chưa?
Được rồi ạ.
Yeah, this is a features to classifications of financial market. And based on the durations of capital market, we have money market and capital market. And capital market capital market is a one kind of financial market that work as a conduit for demand and supplies of debt and equity market capital. It channel money provided by several and depositor for depository institutions to borrowers and investors through a variety of financial instruments, with the maturities more than 3 years. And money market is also one kind of financial market that trade in highly liquid financial instruments with maturity less than 90 days to 1 year, and the government securities with maturity less than years, foreign exchange and bullion. And based on the issuance of the capital, we have a primary market and secondary market. Primary market is a part of the capital market that deal with issuing the new securities. So primary market are facilitated by underwriting group consisting of investment bank that set up a beginning price range for given securities and oversee its sales to investor. In this primary market, when issue the new securities that will make the market increase the capital, so that affect the so that has the effect on the company. But on the secondary market, it is a past. It is one kind of financial market that deal with securities that are already issued in the primary market. So in this secondary market, the transfer the capital here doesn't make the economies increase the money supply. Thus only transfer the ownership of capital from investor to investor. That's the reason why there's no effect on the company. And this is the difference between the primary market and secondary market. Yeah, it's important to understand the distinction between secondary market and primary market. If this initial investor later decide to sell their stake in the company, they can do so in the secondary market. And all the transactions on the secondary market occur between investor and proceeds of each sale go to the selling investor, not to the company that issued the stock or the underwriting bank. And based on the ownership of the capital, we have an equity market and debt market. In the equity market, this is one kind of financial market in which shares of companies are issued and traded either through exchange or over-the-counter market. It gives companies access to capital to grow their business and investor a piece of ownership in the company with the potential to realize gains in their investment based on the company's future performance. The security trade security traded in the equity market can either be public stocks, which are those listed on the stock exchange, or privately traded stocks. That's on the over-the-counter market. The debt market or the bond market. The debt market or the bond market is an area in which investments and loans are bought and sold. There is no single physical exchange for bonds. The transactions are mostly made between brokers or large institutions or by individual investors. Investment in debt securities typically involve less risk than the equity investments and offer a lower potential returns on investments. Debt investments by nature fluctuate less in price than stock, even if the company is liquidated. Bondholders are the first to be paid. This is different from equity market. For the equity market, the stockholder often are the last persons to be paid. And based on the exchange methods of the capital, you have a stock exchange and the over-the-counter market. The stock market or stock exchange refers to the collection of market and exchanges where regular activities of buying, selling, and issuance of share of public health companies take place. Such financial activities are conducted through institutionalized formal exchange or over-the-counter. The stock market is similar designated markets for trading various kinds of securities in the controlled, secure, and managed environment. Since the stock market brings together hundreds of thousands of market participants who wish to buy and sell shares, it ensures fair pricing practice and transparency in transaction. While earlier stock market used to issue and deal in paper by physical share certificates, and modern day computer-aided stock markets operational electronically. And the over-the-counter market refers to the process of how securities are traded for companies that are not listed on a formal exchange, such as New York Stock Exchange. Securities are traded over the counter are traded via broker-dealer network as opposed to on a centralized exchange. These securities don't meet the requirements to have a listing on the standard market exchange. And the stock that trade via over-the-counter are typical smaller companies that can meet exchange listing requirements of formal exchanges. However, many other types of securities are also traded here. Stock that trades on the exchange are co-listed stock, whereas the stock that are traded via OTC are called unlisted stock. Yeah. And that's all for the understandings of financial market. We come to financial institution. The financial institution is a private or public organization that acts as the channel between saver and borrowers of funds, supplier and consumers of capital. So look at this. Through the indirect finance, they have to use both the lender and borrower have to find the financial intermediaries or financial institution. So financial institution, we have perform an essential economic function of generating funds from the household, firms, and governments that have a safe surplus fund by spending less than their income to those that have a shortage of fund because they wish to spend more than their income. And there are two types of finance here. And this I have already taught you in the classifications of finance already. And the last main content we study in these chapters is the goal of the corporation. As you know, there are two main goals of corporation. They are to maximize the profits and to maximize the wealth or the values of the corporation. Now, what is the ultimate corporate objective or ultimate goal of corporate finance management? That's the reason why we have come to the three main goals of corporation. That is the first, shareholder want to managers to maximize the market value. As you know, the shareholder want managers to maximize the market value by increasing the future profits, by cutting this year's dividends, or they have considered weak year's profits as well as to apply the different accounting principle. So in order to maximize profits, we have to consider all of these three things. But as you know, profits maximization is not a well-defined corporate objective, because they increase the current profits by cutting back on maintenance or staff training, or increase the future profits by cutting this year dividends and investing the free cash in the firm. And they also have to apply different accounts, may calculate the profits in different ways. For example, a firm only goal is to increase the market share by reducing prices in capture new customers. So it has the result find it difficult to borrow money or not have a sufficient profits to repay existing debts, and outside investor could offer to buy the firms from its current shareholder. That's the reason why the ultimate goals of the corporation is to maximize the firm values. And the second goals of the corporation is the ethics and management objective. And as you know, in order to have the good business, they often have the characteristic of ethical business, such as the rewards employees fairly, set performance standards, create wealth to the corporation, make good use of resources, minimize waste, respect the environment, and is well managed and offer good career prospect, then make profits. Okay, so the make profits will be the last objective. But the stockholders want to maximize the market value, and the managers help them to increase the firm value by enriching both managers and the stockholders' interest. So the objectives of firm is to maximize the shareholder wealth, which doesn't mean the firm can do anything because it relates to unwritten and implicit rules are in general interest. And the firm's reputation. In the long run, the financial firms needs to build long-term relationship with customers and establish the name in the fair dealing and financial integrity. So they have to relate, to do all the things in order to relate to the firm's reputation now in order to have a huge year. And in the long run, the firm have to maximize its values by building long-term relationship with customers and establish the names for fair dealing and financial integrity. And emphasize the long history and responsible behavior when seeking new customers. And the last goal of the corporation is they have to answer the question, do managers really maximize the firm value? There are two answers. One is yes and one is no. No, yes. If the managers are the owners, the question, the answer here is yes. The manager really to maximize the firm value because the managers and owners have no conflict of interest and they work for themselves and they reap the rewards of good work and they also have to suffer the penalties of bad work. And the answer, no. Managers don't really maximize the firm value if the managers are not the owners, because the separations between the ownership and the management may create the potential conflict of interest between owners and managers. This the conflict here will be called the agency problem. As no agency relationship occur when the principal hire an agent to perform some duties. A conflict known as agency problem arises when managers and agents of shareholder have a conflict of interest with the shareholder. And there are many diverse interests with a stake in the well-being of the business. Managers, workers, suppliers, customers, government, shareholders. These stakeholders' interests may conflict at times. Managers must work to resolve these diverse interests. And the following is definitions and the interests of different types, such as in this, the board of directors, the takeover, and the specialist monitoring. Yeah. That's all for the information in chapter 1. In short, in chapter 1, we study 6 main content. The first is the overviews of finance. The second is the business organization. The third, the who is a financial managers. The fourth, the roles of financial managers. The fifth, we have understandings of financial market and financial institution. And the last, we learn the goal of the corporation. Yeah. And next time we will continue with the chapter 2. So at home you have to study chapter 1 and prepare the chapter 2. as well. And we will stop our lesson here. Yeah, thank you for your listening and goodbye.
Goodbye, teacher.
Mm.
Bye.